And welcome back. Thank you again for being a part of our show. I know थोड़ी सी bad feeling हो रही थी break पे जाते हुए, but we're back now. This is our last segment, and again, I do want to give out the number. It is 855-886-6387, extension 4. If you want to get in touch with our wonderful guests that are on our panel today, you can definitely do that. You can also email us. And we were talking about a very important topic about being a volunteer, taking the time out to volunteer. I think, and you both volunteer in your own ways. I think more people should do that. More people should start incorporating that in their lives. And I think time management is the biggest issue that manage it. You know, many times people say we don't have time because sometimes you don't have time to talk to your family members. Yes. And I'm sure my family is like, oh, Lupin doesn't call. But the thing is, we have to just, even a few minutes, even if you just plan it out once a week or maybe just once a month, but try incorporating that in your lives. What do you guys think?
Absolutely. It should become a family value for every household.
Exactly.
And when you instill that in yourself or in your kids and your future generations, I think it will help everybody, the society, the state, the country. I think it has a bigger impact when you volunteer.
So what is the motivation for each of you for doing volunteer work?
I think it's the passion, of what you're interested in, who you would like to help the most, whether it's children, the elderly, even animals, the welfare of animals. Whatever your passion is, that's what you should do. And I did want to mention that the clinics that offer these programs actually for people with no insurance rely very much on the wonderful doctors, doctors' assistants, and dentists who give of their time, and volunteer their time, so many hours a month, to offer these services with, as you say, with no pay. That's very, very important. And it helps keep the cost free or very low.
Of course.
And I agree with Andrea. It comes down to having the right passion for it. Once you have some liking, even if it's playing music, go ahead and play at nursing homes.
Right. So and another thing is, even at your kids' schools, and I want to bring that up, you can volunteer at schools because a lot of times you don't even see parents volunteering their kids' school. And again, I have to come back to our community. And I know people are like, well, what about this community or that community? But you know, first we fix ourselves before we start fixing other people. That's what I think, at least. But I think even if you're volunteering at school to read a book or something, or at the nearest community center, you know, sadly what happened in Houston just a few weeks ago with the flooding, there were so many things you can do. Take the time out. You know, I'm talking about this, I'm getting goosebumps already. But anyway, I'm going to wrap up the topic now. Again, this was a little bit of light discussion, which I think is important to talk about. Neeta, I know you're doing this event that's happening this Wednesday. If you can tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. HTC Aspire, which, as I said, scholarship program. We are having a awards reception on Wednesday evening from 6 to 8 at the Junior League of Houston. And of course, as I said, these are 5 key stakeholders that we are going to honor and award them. And it would be nice to have some of your guests join us as lucky winners or something, because I feel I'm so excited to just talk to you and hear from you so many great things.
Thank you.
And that event will actually bring all the Asian community leaders together. We are partnering with all different organizations, starting from Chinese Community Center to Pakistan Chamber of Commerce, to you name it. So we have made it a more inclusive this is an inclusive effort. And the goal is to celebrate multicultural society and appreciate all the leaders in our community, in the mainstream community, because we are one community.
No, that's wonderful. I mean, that is amazing. Now, let me ask you, I know this is an event where you probably are already almost done finishing it up, but what can we have maybe 2 lucky winners if they were to call and say, you know what, we saw you on Lubna's show and we want to attend this event. I know there's a cost for it, which is very minimal. It's not very expensive. Can they still donate, or can they still be a part of it?
Sure, absolutely. And we are full to the capacity, but just especially for you, and you've been such a great, amazing leader in the community. I think we can have a couple of lucky winners join us for free. The cost is basically, this year is not a fundraising event, but we want to make sure we cover the cost. We don't want to pass on the cost to the students and the faculty.
Because that's the whole, defeats the purpose, of course.
So we would love to have a couple of listeners join us, and they can sign up, or they can send you the names, and I can give out the details. But HCC Foundation has a website, and hccs.edu also has information about HCC Aspire program.
All right, definitely. So 2 lucky viewers, because I'm sure you're listening and watching, but 2 lucky winners can definitely be a part of this event. And my thing is, this is something that's right here in Houston. And again, this is something where I think education is a very important thing. You guys are doing a wonderful program for people who cannot afford to get their education. Kids who want to become educated, but for whatever reasons, be they're taking care of their home, they don't have the means to get to the level they want to get at. And the thing is, one thing I want to say is people who do get scholarships, I think you guys should definitely give back to that place, because that also means something, so I think that's important.
Absolutely.
Anyway, so 2 lucky winners. If you mention the show, you can call this number, or you can definitely contact Anita. You can call us and we'll give you her information. 2 lucky winners for this Wednesday. Again, this is an event that's happening, and just see, there's a reason why she founded this thing, the HTC Aspire. And I love the way you said it's all different. It's a multicultural thing. So I think that just makes it even more beautiful.
It is.
I think that's
it is time to make sure we bridge the cultural gaps and become one society, one community. And I think we are doing extremely well in Houston. It's just a matter of recognizing that heritage that we have.
Right, and I think that's very important. Definitely. So that's a little bit about your event. And then Andrea, I know you. There's 6 different clinics.
Yes.
Is there any programs you guys are offering right now which are free, where people who don't have insurances or they need to come out? Is there something that you guys are doing right now?
Well, actually, we've just opened a brand new state-of-the-art children's clinic.
Okay.
And we're very proud of that.
I'm sure.
It's wonderful. And all those services for the children up to age 22 can be free if they qualify.
Right.
It's here in Houston.
Okay.
And we would love to have everyone come and see the benefits that we provide, and the excellent medical care, the doctors, the dentists that can provide these services mostly free, especially to the immigrant community, non-citizens, and definitely those with no insurance.
Of course. I think that's wonderful. And I definitely will have you on the show again. I'm going to have both of you on the show again with different topics. But I think giving back to the community, that's a way of doing it. And then, I'm just surprised. I thought it was like until the age of 18, but you said 22. Yes. That makes it even easier. So now those people who are 19, they're still a kid until the age of 22. Right. But even if you're 22 plus, you still feel like a kid when you have your mom and dad.
And if you're in college and you're studying,
exactly.
And you don't have a job, or you're not employed,
exactly,
because you're studying, maybe to be a doctor,
right.
Then that would take up all your time. I'm sure you wouldn't have time to work, or an opportunity to work, and you wouldn't have any insurance.
Of course. But I think again, it's your health, and I think talking about health, talking about education, I think both of these things are so important. And again, it makes a big impact on people. Anyway, Neeta, I'm going to ask you right now. We have viewers watching all over U.S., all over Canada right now. What message would you like to leave with to our viewers right now? What would you want to personally tell them? And you can look at the first camera and just say whatever you want to say.
Sure. And first of all, let me say thank you for having both of us. Lubna, it has been a exciting experience just to talk to you, and this is an exciting topic. I think we could just chat for hours.
I'm sure.
But I do want to tell the viewers that it's time for us to join hands. Let's inspire each other. Let's do more, because I feel that, yes, we have obligations to make sure that people in the other parts of the world do need our help, but there is tremendous need right here in our backyards, whether it is education, whether it is safety of our kids, whether it is gun control, whether it is insurance, healthcare, women's workforce, equal pay for women. There are so many issues that we need to bring America to the forefront and ahead of all other parts that in the world that are struggling with so many issues. But let's join hands, let's inspire each other, let's make a difference in our society for our generation and for our future generations. And that's my plea to every one of us. I'm committed, and I'm ready to do anything I can do in my capacity.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Neeta, and thank you so much for coming out and being a part of the show.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Andrea, same thing for you. What message would you want to leave our viewers with? You could look at the second camera and deliver your message.
I also want to thank you for having us on this wonderful show.
No problem.
It's a huge opportunity to spread the word about health care and education.
Thank you.
I would like to say that for children especially, the health of the children of this nation, immigrants, non-immigrants, people who are born here, not born here, and immigrate here, have insurance or don't, their health is foremost. And by searching out programs that can help the children of the nation and the state of Texas, the area, no matter who they are or what their circumstances, it just is a passion and a mission that will definitely pay off for future generations, because the children are the future, of course, and the more that their health is taken care of and there are programs out there to help the children as well as the adults, the children, I think, are the key, and to make sure they're immunized, they have their health care, their physicals, they're ready when they go to school, that they're not left behind. I think it's an amazing and wonderful opportunity to see them go into the future with a great head start.
Definitely, and thank you so much for coming out, Andrea. And of course, with that, I would want to wrap up the show. Thank all of you for watching, and of course, to our wonderful guest, thank you so much for being a part of our show. And next week is Mother's Day, so make sure you watch Sunday Brunch. We're going to have a very special show on Mother's Day. And of course, I do want to thank Roop Sari Palace before I go, providing this gorgeous wardrobe. If you also want to go to Roop Sari Palace, go take a look. It is one of the largest places here for clothes, accessories. Anyway, be safe. दुआ में ज़रूर याद रखिएगा. इंशाल्लाह अगले हफ्ते फिर मुलाकात होगी. अल्लाह हाफ़िज़.